Here, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm gonna start a new series. It's gonna be a pro player. I don't really know if I wanna call myself a pro player. I'm alright at the game, but pro player against map creator. Today we have Matepotato.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. And he has made a map called a community world. Right. So, as you can see, this is a community world. Let me read the description real quick. A world map with 100k plus handpicked location put together by over 100 experienced players and map makers for the GeoGuessr community. Detailed info about the community world and link to send feedback and everything. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of work into this. But how did the idea come to reality? How did you come up with this idea, mate?
Right, so I think it's before the map started, we used to mainly just play a diverse world, and for those who play moving games and stuff, it was also from a no moving perspective. People were getting a lot of repeats. People wanted more diversity and variety in the locations. And I always used to say on stream that it would be really interesting or fun if the entire community came together and tried to make a map with 100k locations. But we always pushed it off as just an unrealistic expectation, imagination sort of thing. But one day some people showed interest and said maybe we should try this idea out and it could be fun, and people wanted to contribute certain maps and countries, and I was like, you know what, let's go for it and see if we can actually make it work. And fortunately it turned out well and we could finish the map.
Yeah, and it was definitely fun to participate. I did participate in it myself. I think I helped out with Mongolia a little bit. I think you
Definitely.
did a little bit as well with the pen ideas, because I have no idea how that works.
Right.
But yeah, so it's crazy, and also quickly, like 1 million plays really quickly, like that's also really insane. And I'm not doxing myself here. I've actually liked the map here, so that's a good start.
Nice. No,
Alright.
yeah, but the 1 million plays was really an insane achievement, and
Yeah,
I don't think any of us really expected it to happen in like 6 months, right?
yeah,
It was
I mean,
crazy.
I would have expected it to happen at some point, but like that quick,
Mhm.
I don't think. Like, how many does a diverse world even have? Like,
Oh, diverse world, there's a lot more, I think.
okay,
but,
okay.
yeah.
So that's gonna be a while to catch up with that.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Definitely. But 1 million, that's definitely insane. Like, that's crazy. Average
For
score
sure.
is 14,000, so that's not too bad, I guess. Alright, without further ado, let's head into some games. Okay. Alright. Are you ready to jump into
Yeah,
few
I'm
games?
ready.
Okay, right, let's get it. So, another question I got is like how like the whole process of making like a map. Like I recall kind of how it worked, but can you kind of recap on how all that worked?
Sure. So it was a bit of like a pilot project, so we weren't really sure if we were doing the right thing. But the way we usually worked is that people like you, for example, all volunteered to help with some countries or some states in some countries, and of course we had the ultimate goal of reaching 100k locations. But then if like each person can do like 1,000 locations, then that builds up and contributes to the cause. So then that's sort of what we were doing, and people would submit a map for whatever region they took up, and then a few experienced players also volunteered to be a part of like the map testing team. So every map that was submitted, people used to test and check if everything's fine, if it meets the requirements of the map in general overall. Oh.
What?
What? Wait.
What?
I don't know what happened there.
Okay, well, we both went Victorian.
Yeah.
What the heck?
What?
The follow was kind of weird. Okay, wow.
Ah, interesting. Well, so yeah, some people of course submitted tough bait locations like this as well, and some people submitted easy locations. So we had to sort of try and keep the difficulty more or less uniform, and every location had to be pinpointable and all of that. So it took a lot of work to try and get every map to sort of a similar level, but I think we ended up with a decent result.
and you had like a whole like document or like docs with like all like how many locations each country should have and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah, we
Like,
worked out a
you-
distribution
yeah.
together and stream, and
I
took
remember,
a while.
like, wasn't now I think like Mongolia. I remember I should have 500 locations, and trust me, I spent time on that, and it was really hard. I think we got to about 250 locations, but I didn't want every location to end up being a little bit hard because
Yeah.
it was difficult to find stuff that actually was pinpointable, and yeah, obviously you used pen IDs, but yeah, it must have been insane. Like, and
Yeah, so that's a good point. I think like we started off with like a location distribution initially where everyone gave their input and we sort of arrived to like a compromise conclusion. But over time we had to modify the location numbers for some countries. So for Mongolia, because it's a big country, we thought we could, give it like 400-500 locations. But when you look at the coverage, there's like very little pinpointable stuff. So you have to reduce the numbers. Also, it happened with Tunisia and some other countries as well. So.
oh yeah, Tunisia was very limited.
Yeah. So I think that was a part of the process, just understanding the coverage well and how much you can physically reach. Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
wow, okay. Basic.
Yeah, we're not doing too great, huh? But yeah.
And like it's crazy still. Like I honestly can't believe how fast it gained to 1 million, and like it's just gonna keep going on because people really love the map. I do as well, for sure. And like there was how many individual people do you know how like from the community that actually worked on the map? Like
I'd say it was around 105 that actually submitted maps, but there were still some people who were involved at the beginning but then had to withdraw because they didn't have enough time, or some people showed interest but already we had everyone covering everything, so there were no more countries to work on or something, so definitely like around 120 people at least showed interest, and like over 100 actually worked on it, so it's really insane.
Yeah, that was a massive project, that's for sure. Like I know it says 100,000 plus, right? But like, is it exactly on 100,000, or is there like a few
It's
over?
right, so it's around 105,000, I think. But yeah, when you get new coverage in countries, so like when Rwanda got new coverage, we had to add more locations there. Or
Yeah, okay.
so it's a bit flexible, but right now it's around 105k.
Hey, Google, if you're watching right now, right? There's been spotted 2 Panama cars around. When is that going to come out?
Yeah, exactly.
Any intel on that?
Yeah, I'm so excited for
Yeah,
new Panama coverage.
That's gonna be, and it looked like rural rounds, so like rural locations. So hopefully we get more, and not just kind of like Rwanda or something like that, where it didn't really end up being a lot of covers. It was kind of sad, but
Right.
that's how it works.
I think they're still driving in Rwanda though, so hopefully we'll get some more coverage.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Yeah, from what I've heard, yeah.
Okay, right, ready?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, right. What did I ask before?
About the differences in map making styles.
Yeah, like what's the challenges with that to the map?
Oh yeah, definitely there were challenges. I think like some challenges were quite unexpected, even because we didn't really expect to run into so many panning issues, but often we noticed that like locations in the map were panned very weirdly, and we had to go and redo that, revise that to get consistent panning or pinpointability. So some of it was additional work, but some of it was nice because you got to see people be creative with their maps and try to include fun locations, interesting locations, and the differences in map making style, I think you can notice them while playing the map, and I think that's pretty cool.
I feel like that could also be like a meta for like a lot of maps. It's kind of like if you know the map creator and how they kind of think when they make a map, can kind of like help sometimes, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
like,
that's true.
And having that many people, and and that many people who are experienced at like map creating, like putting all of them, you kind of get a map that is really nice because it's like the community who's put it together, and like there's so many different like ideas and like process of how people have done it, right? And some people have done more locations than others, and like it's really cool, and it was well distributed, and yeah, definitely like, and it definitely bring I cannot speak. What is the word? It definitely brought the community closer, for like, of because you did a lot of the testing like live and stuff as well.
Yeah, that's something I wasn't really expecting, but like so many people in the community were like showed interest. Like you even from like different, like French community who doesn't usually interact with the English community came out and supported a lot. The Spanish community, for example, also helped, and just people who don't usually, I feel like, interact with each other came together to work on this, and I think that's very cool.
Yeah, that's very awesome.
It's it's a community building project in a way as well, so that's pretty good.
But was there any like problem, like you said, mentioned earlier, like the panning? I remember I just had really bad panning on my rounds that I picked. I had to go through and change stuff to it, because I think I think that might have been the first time for actually me making like a proper map. So that was a whole new like experience for me, and it was definitely, I'm really happy that I did take part of it, because it was really fun. Though I will say I've not seen many Mongolian rounds.
Yeah, that's it's unfortunate. I really wanted more Mongolia in the map, but we just can't find many pinpointable locations. Yeah, it said Kuching on the car, so that's the city name.
Talking about Mongolia, ain't they gonna get like, I saw like a tweet on Twitter somewhere where they are gonna get the same car covers as like India. So.
Yeah, I heard about that. The camera is like that, but I'm not sure if it's going to be officially published by Google. I think there's like some debate about that, but yeah, not really sure.
It's nice if they get covers and they get more now. Like if they get more, if it's just the same, I would rather have the old one.
Oh yeah,
than the new
surely.
One. Also, like if they get the new one, like the whole car meta is gonna disappear. There might still be something with the things, and if you guys don't know, there's a whole lot of things for Mongolia, that's for sure. Which there are for a lot of countries, and yeah. This is another round where I'm just like, where are we?
Well, I have a guess, but I'm not sure if it's a good guess.
That's a really... Nah, it's not Russia, hey? Surely not.
Oh, I didn't even... Oh my... okay.
That looked like a Cyrillic B.
Yeah, it did look like it. I guess it's close to Russia, so maybe... I'm not sure.
Well, maybe they were Russian at a point? I don't know.
I'm not really sure. Ooh.
See, but like, you know, when you've done like green and car meta thing with stuff, you should really know stuff, should you?
Yeah, I don't really know a lot of these. I know a few of them, but this one, oof.
I mean, I know the green thing can be found in a few places, and this guy with like the thing. I mean, that's like a graveyard, so surely that's gonna pop up on the map, right?
Oh, okay, so I shouldn't give you time to scan then.
Yeah, but I mean, I just... Yeah.
Ooh, nice guess, okay.
Okay. Well, it's kind of hard with Greenland, but Greenland is a nice one to just have learned a few of them, because, like, yeah, I mean...
Oh, definitely, yeah, it's very learnable if you spend time.
Definitely. Ooh, another round where
I think...
I wanna go with something, but I'm not sure.
Right. Ooh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. I thought the house there looked kind of Irish, so I went for it, but I wasn't sure either.
Based. Right. But like,
But
how long did it take to actually make the whole map? Because I know there was, wasn't there like a little bit delay because stuff?
yeah, so it took around 7 months or so, I think, to finish the map. But like honestly, we didn't really have any idea how long this would take because something like this was not done before.
Yeah, true.
So we kept on increasing the publishing date at some point, but it was also a bit of a problem for me because sometimes we were just stuck on a few maps, and we needed a few people to work on them or to finish them, but then everyone's just sort of like voluntarily helping out. It's not like it's it's not like it's like a paid work or something, where I can tell people, oh, you have to submit this by tomorrow or something. So it's really nice that so many people wanted to help out and stuff, but of course it was a bit hard to communicate with everyone nicely and try to urge them to finish stuff a bit quicker, but yeah, it worked out in the end, and also people were willing to help out others who were a bit slow or struggling maybe. So that really helped out a lot at the end, where other people just helped out with some maps. So that's good.
Like, it's crazy how like 7 months. That's kind of as long as it took for it to get to 1 million. So
about yeah, I mean, looking back, I think 7 months is a really good amount of time because when the project started, map making app didn't even exist, and that's crazy to think about.
True.
And yeah, it happened during the project, and also not to mention, like halfway through the project, Russia, South Africa, Philippines, and Colombia all got Gen 4, like when half of their maps were done. So the map makers had to go back and redo like so much in those countries, and those are massive countries. So that also pushed things a bit further.
Yeah, and did India had covers when the map was made? No. What?
No, not really. I have no idea where this is, by the way.
Yeah, again.
Oh my gosh.
Florida? No?
Oh no, it might be actually. Oh, it was. Oh my god. The moment you said it, I was like, oh, you're right, it's Florida.
I thought it after I guessed, and I was like, oh,
oh no.
Oh wow, we got baited on Florida, it's fine. So, okay, if you're watching this video, you now know how Florida looks like.
For sure.
But one thing about like 100,000 location is you really have to play this map a lot if you wanna get like, repeats, like, I can, like, would have to play it like, 100,000 divided by 5, I guess. I'm not good at math in my head, so cannot do that.
Yeah, no, definitely it's harder to. I mean, people still get repeats and learn stuff, but it's definitely much harder compared to a map with like 50k locations or 40k locations. So that was also one of the things we had in mind when we wanted to make the maps just have like 100k locations, so people won't get repeats all the time.
Yeah, true. Like,
oh, GG.
GG's. Yeah, and really, yeah, it's really nice to have that many locations. I think, I think at the time of making that map, there wasn't really many maps that had that many locations, were there? Like, it was.
Oh no, not really. Yeah.
Questionable if cause it's also just a lot of data that goes in, and just from some maps that I have that doesn't even have like 1,000 locations, like you just like all the pings, what you call those markers, like they just fill up a lot, so I wouldn't imagine like having 100,000.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It like it makes my laptop so laggy.
that would be that's crazy, man. But thank you for sharing the whole thing about the idea of the map and how it all, like the whole process and some other stuff. And thank you for joining in here. It was really nice. Of course, there will be a link to Matepotato down in the description. He does both YouTube and Twitch. Definitely go and check him out. Very good pro player. I guess it is called pro player versus map maker, but in this case, it's pro player versus pro player, and kind of map maker versus map maker. I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I think.
Somehow. Depends how you look at things. But yeah, this is definitely a series that I want to continue. So yeah. Anyhow, yeah, links to Matepotato will be down in the description. Link to the map will be down in the description. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next. Goodbye.